You watch this video later on, know that you're watching a live video. You're watching Faith and Coffee Bean. Guys, I like to go live 2 or 3 times a week, so make sure you're hitting the subscribe button and, that you are hitting that bell notification so you know when I go live because I kinda go live random. I don't have a rhyme or reason. Today, family's waking up, getting ready for stuff like church, and we're going to be going to a special event tonight and all that good stuff. So I thought, you know what, y'all, I need to have some coffee. It's Sunday. I haven't had any coffee at all. I saved my first crazy pools for hanging out with y'all. And, we're definitely here. So I appreciate that. Appreciate you hanging with me. Guys, I have had the opportunity to, hey, Justin, good morning. To get some really cool gear lately, and it's just been blowing my mind and kind of changing a lot of my espresso game. There's just no other way to say it. One of the biggest things that I did recently is I bought this on Facebook Marketplace. This is my Gaggia Classic Pro, and this is the Evo 2023. And boy, go you want to find out some crazy coffee drama, go look up Boilergate. see see what you find there. Look up the Boilergate stuff. Guys, I'm been really happy with this unit. I'm going to tell you guys that right now, and I've just done some modifications on it. So yesterday I modified the group head, uh, the shower basically dispenser for the water. I put a brass basically one in there because I just thought, why not? Let's go brass. I went ahead and put the 9 bar OPV pressure upgrade. I put the light in there. And today we'll brew some espresso until I run out of water. But guys, the big question that everyone always asks, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to answer it completely in this live hangout session here, but it is, do you go conical or do you go flat? Okay, so here's my flat burr grinder. Big thank you, big shout out to Dave. Dave, you know who you are, my friend. Y'all, a great viewer and subscriber of the channel, 3D printed this really cool bean hopper. I'm going to show you guys right now because I just want to show it off because I think it's really awesome. And he printed out a couple. He actually printed out 3 for me because I have 3 Chardor style grinders. Y'all, this is so cool. Oh, man. Hey, Pablo, how's it going, my friend? Good morning. So, yeah, I really like this one. I like the two-tone color. It's a little, like, metal style, kinda cool. It's like a hot rod. This is definitely a custom job. So, guys, I don't wanna pull it out, but the when he 3D printed these, it has, like a lip, and, it wasn't fitting in, but it was what I had to do is actually cut into the rubber, and when I did that, it created this awesome seal. So, yeah, a big Dave, thank you, my friend. Oh my goodness. Y'all, this community, hey, drama, this community is just awesome. I really appreciate the home hobbyist espresso community so much, guys. I don't say that enough. I really appreciate y'all. I just did the video on this big giant beast. So this is the Chardor 64 millimeter flat burr grinder. This has the HU style burrs. Um, Chardor is really awesome, and they did a really good job with this. I know that I've gotten this question a lot. This has been the number one question I've got from everybody since this review's been out. They're asking about the shark teeth burrs. Okay, so Chardor's calling it shark teeth, and they're saying, well, these have been they're upgraded and they've been machined, and basically, here is the stock burr that's from the original Chardor. Uh, I have looked at both burrs, and I really can't tell the biggest difference. I do have a feeling that they've always been CNC, they've always been still. I think it's a little bit of marketing. I'll just say that. It's not a diss. I love what they do, but I think it's a little bit of marketing. because these are basically these are very similar to the burrs you would find in like a DF64 that are the stock DF64. Now, Espresso Outlet and Me Coffee do the uh, D and what is it? The Diamond Light Coating DLC, which is probably better than what this is. But I again, I've been getting the question a lot. What is the shark? I think it's just marketing. I'm okay with that. I get it. I get it when companies do that. You got to make it sound cool. And shark teeth, shark burrs. That's pretty cool, right? So yeah, guys, this thing is a beast. I definitely recommend it 100%. I'm still working out getting the timers set up for all of this stuff. I got to do that. I got to set my timers for the 2 and the 1 cup and all that good stuff. This thing has just been really great. I've been loving what it's doing. We will. Should I pull a shot from the Charter 64 first, or do I pull the shot first from the DC 63? What do you guys want me to do? You tell me. I'll let you tell me which one you want me to use first, because we're definitely pulling some beans and pulling some shots here. Like I mentioned, when I do these lives, this is just an opportunity for us to hang out. And this is my first coffee of the day. So if I make some goofy mess ups, forgive me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, guys. Yeah, family's going to be going out. We have a special event. My wife is a huge true crime podcast listener, and we have someone that we've been listening to for a really long time, and it's kind of like almost NPR style, where they're going to tell stories, and then this person is an investigator and all this stuff, and they also do the paranormal ghost thing. So I'm pretty excited about that. Whatever makes my wife happy, I'm down with. So yeah, taking the kid, taking the wife. I actually said to my wife the other day, I was like, we're gonna go to this event. Our kid's 17, but he's a homeschool kid, you know, and I'm like, is he gonna want to sit through all that? But hey, his mom wants it. It's gonna happen. You know the way it goes, guys. Anyway, let's get some espresso pulled. I'm using Lavanza beans. I have it in this really awesome vacuum container. So guys, which one are we gonna do first? Are we gonna go with conical first, or are we gonna go with flat? What do y'all want to see? Because I want to do what y'all want. Conical or flat? So that's kind of the big question that I get asked, like I said, all the time. What should I buy? Should I go conical? Hey, Boss Choco. Okay, cool. Let's do the flat. Let's do the flat. I'm down. I'm down with that. That's the big question, and I think that's something we all ask is like, what grinder should I get? So here's kind of my crazy grinder perspective. If you're only going to get one grinder, I would recommend flat, personally. Personally. Hold on, let me tell Alexa, stop. Hey, you know the way Alexa works. If you're going to only have one grinder on your kitchen, your desk, whatnot, I would go flat, because I believe flat is the most aggressive, and I think that you can fine tune things, that conical, in my humble opinion, doesn't always give. But I'm going to say this is with a cost, okay? It's not as forgiving as conical, okay? Conical burrs are crazy forgiving. And what I mean by that is, if you go one step over, you might have, like it might not mess with it too much. Where if you go one step over with one of these gentlemen right here, it could be a big deal. It could be a difference between a 30-second shot and a 40-second shot over the smallest amount. So you really have to be a little more precise. But that being said, once you're dialed in, once you're good to go, you're like good to go. So let's go ahead. Let's go with a Chardonnay first, and we will pull a shot with that. I did my RDT. Let's go ahead and just drop the beans in completely in here. This, I had someone ask me a question about this grinder and if it could handle light roast. That's a really good question, but I'm going to give you the answer. Yes, yes, and yes. This thing is a beast. I have 18 grams in there right now. I want you all to see how fast it goes through these 18 grams. This has the stock burrs, the shark teeth, that they market. Okay, stock burrs in here. Take a look at how fast this is. It's nuts. This is 18 grams. Okay. So what was that? 8 seconds? That's nuts. I mean, that's crazy. So this thing is crazy fast. Yeah, it could 100% do light roast. I'm gonna see if I have some light roast. Maybe if I have enough water in there, we'll do some Rwanda light roast here as a one last shot. Uh, and then, guys, I'm also gonna be. This is the first time I've used this. Okay, absolute first time using this portafilter. 100% first use of this beautiful portafilter. So I'm really stoked with this. This is a Gaggia Classic Pro OEM flat, uh, basically portafilter. And y'all might be thinking, what? That's like, what's the big deal? That's a Gaggia portafilter. For me, this is why it's a big deal, guys. I'm always about finding the cheapest, easiest price for something. I went on eBay. They said it was an open box. This thing looks like it's never been used. And it was like wrapped, looked like it was one of those giant commercial bulk package buys or something, like maybe Amazon returns and someone's reselling on eBay. This thing has never been used. I guarantee this thing hasn't been used. If you, it's kind of hard to show you on camera, but if you could see through the holes, it wasn't clogged, it wasn't dirty. All I did was run one bit of water through it, and that's it. So, guys, I got this thing. Normally, I think they retail for like $50 or something. I ended up spending, with shipping, $18, which is crazy because this is a Gaggia actual, naked bottomless portafilter. I mean, dang, that's nuts. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the secondary market, guys. If you haven't picked it up yet, you know, I think a lot of times I've shared the story with you guys many times before. For years, I didn't make espresso at home. I pulled my espresso. I wouldn't even call it pull. I pushed my espresso with a with a pod machine. Okay, I'll admit it. I'll admit it. I had the pods. And I keep these around for testing because every now and then I get a machine to test. I'm not trying to diss that or make light of it, but the truth is, having a pod machine and pulling espresso shots is not the same thing. But why did I do that? Because I was stupid. I told myself I had to have a dual boiler, Italian espresso machine, and that was my dream. But that was going to be like $3,000. Fast forward, well, go back in the past two years ago. Alexa, stop. Goodness gracious. Guys, this is how it's proved that it's live. I'm getting messages. Alexa, stop. I set reminders for me to do stuff at work. Oh my goodness. But anyway, you know what? If I went to the secondary market to buy my first espresso machine, my ECP DeLonghi, and I'm telling you guys, I don't know why it took me so long to just realize that's all I had to do. The Gaggia Classic Pro is a wonderful example of a machine that you can just pick up at such a great price and just do so much amazing things with. All right, guys, how do we look? Pretty good, right? So again, first pull ever on this portafilter. I'm actually surprised because I think I could have put way more coffee in here, but it's 18 grams. Okay. First pull ever with this thing. Okay. Oh, yeah, man, for sure. These things last forever. I was trying to explain to my wife the other day, just because she's not a coffee person, about how this is like getting a 1950s car built right now. You know, this particular unit was built in 2023, and not to say it's all like, I was trying to tell her there's not really like a computer in here versus my other espresso machines. There's all these computer components, PID, and I was trying to explain to her, I'm like, it's like I bought a 1950s, 1960s car, but then I get to add all the cool parts I really want in there. So, guys, I am really debating of going Gaggiuino or going Gaggia Mate. Right now, I'm leaning Gaggia Mate. I'm not saying, hey, change my mind, but please give me advice, guys. If there's anyone out there who's done it before, you are always more than welcome to reach out to me on Instagram. That's a great place to DM me. Leave comments here, obviously, but, you know, please message me on that because, guys, I am literally, right now, I'm trying to debate which one I'm going to go with. I'm leaning on Gaggia Mate, but again, I might just have to buy another machine and do both of them. I'm not joking. My wife thinks I'm nuts. But I might be that crazy enough, right? I buy two. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do our first pull. Again, this is flat. This is the Charter 64, the big new one, the Beast. Let's do 1 to 2, 30 grams in, or 30 grams out. Never used this portafilter before. Nice. Okay. 30 and 17. That came through a little fast, but like I said, I haven't used the portafilter, but I am okay with this. Let's give this a little taste. Let's check it out. It looks good. It still looks really good. We might dial that in a tiny bit. I'm almost about to run out of water, so I might have to go grab my water jug. Oops. All right, let's give this a little stir. Yeah, guys, it's a really awesome Gaggia community. There's a lot of folks that are been doing this for a really long time. And guys, I'm a newbie when it comes to the Gaggia community, but I am a person that learns quickly, so I'm very happy. And I really love how supportive people are. I'm telling you, this home barista community is just one of my favorites. Okay, so we're at 13.60 for the TDS. So I definitely like that. It's over the 8 to 12. 13.60. Let's give this a little taste. Again, my friends, first coffee with y'all. Good morning. Cheers. Salud. Solange. Oh, that's tasty. Could it have been slower? Yes. Could I have gotten something better from this? 100%. But is it good? Yeah, it's good. The mouthfeel is smooth. It's a smooth criminal. It's tasty. I mean, it's a good espresso. Getting all the chocolate notes. 80% Arabica, 20% Robusta. You know, definitely good. Let me finish this up because I do like this. I don't want to hold this one as a comparison. I might have to do another shot. Or maybe we'll move up to the sweet burrs. So these are HU style burrs that are in this machine. So let me sweep this back over here. So this machine rocks, guys. I'm telling you right now, if I had to buy a Charter right now, and I never had one before, I'd buy this one. This thing is built like a tank. It's super big. It's die-cast aluminum. It has the higher motor. So it's a 350 watt, basically, you know, DC motor. And if you were going to be upgrading to something like the LeBrews, or, you know, some third parties like other SSPs, or even the clone burrs like I did in my other one, I would definitely recommend, you know, having something like that is something really good. There's just no other way to say it. So my Gemini, yeah, man, Gemini is just chilling over here. I have it here on my shelf. Guys, one of the things I'm gonna tell you right now in my office, I'm not even joking. I'm literally looking at one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Just 10 full size espresso machines. My wife thinks I'm totally nuts. And then I got all my mobile machines. I always kind of like to have a flavor of the week. I like to throw in different machines. That's why I bought this, because I like to tinker. So when I do these lives, it's just cool because I like to tinker with this stuff and kind of goof around with it. Yeah, the Gaggia is awesome. Gemini is probably my favorite manufacturer right now outside of someone like Gaggia. I really love what Gemini is doing. If y'all don't know this, Gemini is the OEM, basically manufacturer of the folks for that, like Turin Legato is really, it's a Gemini built to their specs. Me Coffee Apex, I really love Me Coffee. That's who this grinder is from right here, the DC63. They have the Me Coffee Apex, and right now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have the 306 Powerhouse Gemini, and it is version one. Me Coffee has the version two, and Espresso Outlet has the version two. That it has, it's technically it's a superior machine because it has OPV, and not only does it have OPV, but it has there's like a dial on the bottom where you could actually adjust that OPV. And I don't know, I could be wrong, but I actually think you might be able to do it mid pull. I could be wrong. I don't, like I said, I don't have one. I want one. But yeah, they're awesome. Has anyone taken a look at the new Gemini that's coming out soon? In the States, it's going to drop for about $799, $800. It's a dual boiler machine. It looks crazy. It has a portafilter that I've never seen before, um, heater style, where it's a boiler, but it has some different technology in it, the way it's doing its boiler. I think it's one of those hybrid boilers, very similar to what Fellow's using on their system, the new one that's coming out. It looks cool, guys. It looks really cool. I'm actually really excited. Yeah, yeah. I've already kind of reached out to them, being like, "Hey, if you need someone to test it, I'm down." Awesome. All right, guys. Okay, cool. Yes, you can adjust the OPV. Oh, nice. You do have the, oh, so you have the Z version. Yes. So the Z version, I'm telling you, I'm so jealous about. I knew it was out when I bought my first one. Now, here in the States, this is kind of probably talking a little shop here, guys, but I think that Gemini, they're awesome. They're really cool. But I think they kind of have like a little bit of a non-compete because they work with those other companies here in the States. And I think they won't release their version 2, the Z, because they have that partnership with Me Coffee Espresso Outlet. And I'm okay with it. I think it's super cool. Like I really do. But when you get into the coffee rabbit hole of how things are manufactured, there's so many weird ways and so many different things that are going on. So I believe me, it's a whole rabbit hole of like who makes what. I've had a couple. I say this a little jokingly, but a little not jokingly. I won't say who it is, but there's one of my favorite brands here in the States, and I found out. It's kind of like funny how the sausage is made. Who their OEM person is, and I really like it, but I realized that a couple other machines I had are like built the same way, just theirs are built a little bit better. Anyway, guys, that's that's the industry. I'm cool with it though because at least we get affordable stuff. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so yeah, that's the crazy thing too. A lot of folks just don't realize, different markets have different names for things. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's move to the conical because I want to give that a little bit of a comparison. I really hope I don't run out of water here. And let's do the 18 grams. I think I have this Conical kind of dialed in for these beans anyway. All right. So we're going to do 18 grams here. Again, Lovanza. If anyone has a good standard for Italian or just espresso in general, I like to, when I do my testings and stuff, I tend to gravitate towards Italian medium roast just because it's generally mixed with Arabica and Robusta. It gives some good crema. And, when I'm doing these, testing out these different machines, I like to kind of have one that I'm going back and forth with. All right, let's see here. Ooh, just so close. There we go. You gotta love when you're just that one. Yeah, there it is. Went right over. Uh, just that one little quarter of, tenth of an ounce. All right. All right, let's go ahead and do some RDT. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm reading your comment there about Starbucks and the price of of their coffee has gone up. It really has. It's gone up everywhere, especially if you're in the States. I don't like I won't ever talk about politics here because to me this is a safe zone of enjoyment. I like to hang and chill, but yeah, I just blows my mind. I really it just makes me angry. Let's put it that way. These coffee prices are just going nuts, and it's the importers. It's all the stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, guys. I just it's really hard to see these coffee prices here in the States. I don't know about Canada, if Canada's affected with any of this stuff, but I know that in the States here, our prices have just gone cuckoo. Um, I just blows my mind. Anyway, so let's go ahead. Let's get these good to go here. So this one actually, I believe, runs at a lower RPM than the Chardor. But I'm pretty happy with where this is at, and speed-wise, this is awesome. Guys, if you haven't watched my full review on this unit, I'm so crazy impressed with this. This is the DC 63. I love the form factor. I love that it's small. I love it's built like a tank as well. This is all aluminum. There's no plastic. The Chardor here does have a plastic bottom, but the core is built with aluminum. So, it's a great build, but this one over here is more like the DC line, or the DF line. So, and it's coming from the same place that the DFs are coming from. So, it is cost wise. I will talk about the elephant in the room when it comes to cost with this. It's over $400 here in the States. I don't know where the price is throughout the world, but it definitely is it's $420 with Me Coffee. And I know Espresso Outlet has their own version, and it's pretty much right around the same price. I think it's worth it. If you're looking for an end game conical grinder, I think it's worth it. And that kind of goes to the subject of the title of this video. Do you go, oh, that's interesting. Fits right in there. Oh, shoot. Bummer. Did not expect it to happen. That's okay. I made a mess. That's not the first time. Will not be the last. I guarantee it. That's why I do these live videos, right? But yeah, guys, I have more than a couple conical grinders, obviously. I think conical grinders can be the most forgiving. And if you're new to espresso, it's what I always recommend if you're a first timer, okay? If you want to get more advanced, I think flat's a good way to go. But if you are first time to espresso, I think Conical is a great place to get started. What I like about Conical, it's very consistent. It's very forgiving. I have quite a few friends that are niche zero fanatics, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a respectful way. If I could afford a niche zero, I would have a niche zero, guys. If I could have afforded one from the beginning, that probably would have been the first one I would have bought. There is a very big fan base, obviously, with the niche. I understand why. It was a game changer. It was something that revolutionized the single dosing type of experience at home. I think anyone who, if you were to poo-poo it, maybe you just don't know your espresso history. So I'm down with that. But price tag, if I buy it right now, brand new one, it's like almost 700 bucks. So with that being said, it's kind of one of those things where, it kind of comes down to biggest bang for my buck with most reliability. This is awesome because it's 63 millimeter conical burr, which is very similar to the Mazzer burrs that are in the Niche Zero. So that is something really awesome. I love that, and I've been getting great results. I also have my Star Seeker Edge, which is, I believe, a 48. And that one runs about $300, and it's really good. I mean, I would never say, I mean, I really enjoy it. I think it's a great one. But I think something like this is kind of like that pinnacle point, in my opinion, of where it's not obscenely huge as far as the burrs. There are conical burr setups. What's that one that Lance always talks about? The one where you could switch out the conical from the flat burrs. Oh man, I can't believe I just forgot the name of that. But yeah, there's crazy expensive grinders that you can get that could do all that. And yeah, I mean, as far as value to money, yeah, this thing, I wonder if this is a 20 gram versus 18. I honestly didn't know. The listing said 18, but I think it might be a 20 gram basket because that's a lot of headspace. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get this pulled. Again, DC63. Let's grab a cup. DC63 conical. Let's do a little comparison. I really hope I have it dialed in right. Oh, there we go. All right, guys, let's go ahead and pull this. Oh, scale got a little off. I really need to do an upgrade on this thing. The Gaggia, I cannot wait to get one of the digital upgrades. Okay. Nice, good. I was afraid it was going to be too fine. So we're at 6 and about 10 and 15. About the same speed, a little bit faster, but yeah, it's actually pretty similar shots here. Stop it right at 30. 30 and 30. Oh my goodness, 1 to 2. Dig it. I'll take it. Yeah, guys, I just, I wanted something kind of similar. That was the main goal. Just something similar to kind of go in between the two. Okay, guys, so we have the Conical DC63 versus the Chardor. Okay. Nice. Good Crema built up. I like that. Definitely like that. Let's go ahead and just give this a little test just so we can see where we're at. Wow, 14.49. 14.49. Okay. 14.49. So if memory serves me right, I think that's a bit higher. Okay. Cheers. Solange. Salute. Very similar shot, but I'm going to tell you this right now. This is better. This is absolutely better. Does it mean the other grinder's trash? No. It's a great grinder. I'm using Italian coffee beans, and I think Italian coffee beans, when it comes to a grinder like this, really shine. I don't know what it is, guys, but I do think that with a Conical, when it comes to Italian and it comes to that espresso experience, y'all, this is so satisfying. This is super good. This is delicious. I couldn't recommend this more. I absolutely am in love with this shot. Like, that sounds crazy. If I could repeat this, if I could send it to you in YouTube land, I could transport it to your house, I would transport it to your house. Now, I think it's delicious, but let's do one more. Okay. Let's throw in a big variable. You ready for the variable? There's the variable, my friends. This is the LeBrew Sweet Burrs. Okay. LeBrew Sweet Burrs. So the Sweet Burrs, if you guys, the link's in the description. If anyone wants to buy these, it is the 9 bar. It is 9 bar. I did do the 9 bar upgrade. Um, these guys are awesome. I am such a big fan. After I tried these, I reached out to them. I bought these guys, own money. I pulled the trigger. I've been hearing tons and tons and tons about them, and I love them so much. I literally wrote to them. I was like, "Hey guys, send me the other burrs. We'll do videos on every one of these burrs because these things are really cool." So this is a sweet burr. For those of you who might not know, that's typically the Casper that you have with SSP. Um, they machine theirs, which is it's fine. It's great. I've been so happy with the burr. I like to think of the sweet burrs if HU and multi-purpose had a baby. You just kind of get that mixture of both experiences. It really is very. You're getting clarity. You're getting sweetness. It has been probably the missing link to my coffee experience. And I know that sounds stupid, but I'm just saying. I'm telling you guys, I have been a very big fan of these sweet burrs, and I think they're delicious, and I would recommend them to anybody. If you could afford the SSPs, I'm sure they're amazing. I have yet to try an SSP in my home setup. To be honest, guys, like I've said before, I'm really frugal. It's just $200 is too much for me. I think 100 is kind of where I draw the line. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll buy them used. I've thought about that. Maybe I'll buy them used. But yeah, guys, there's definitely. I've been really impressed with these. Let me make sure I got this thing turned on. Yeah, I do. And we'll make sure it's dialed in correctly up before I pull this. But yeah, guys, the sweet brews have been really awesome. Sweet La Brew. And I'm telling you, I think anyone would be really happy with them if you haven't tried them already. I've been really happy. So my last third shot is going to be with this because I think I have just enough water for one more shot. And why not? We've gone down the rabbit hole. You've been hanging with me. Let's go. Let's do the last part of this puzzle for right now. Okay. Let's try this out. So let's go ahead. Yeah, I think I already had this dialed in. So I'm gonna leave it where it's at. I hope I had it dialed in correctly. Okay, let's get this turned on. This is the phone. As you can see, it goes a little bit slower, but that's because of the upgraded burrs. That's why I really want to upgrade the burrs in the other grinder. I thought about switching these out, but I do have a feeling we're going to get those other burrs here within a matter of time. Guys, here in the States, it took me almost 2.5 weeks to get them, but it was worth it. 100% worth it. Yeah. So, good question. So, can you put the Charter grinder because it has the same grinder. Like, yeah. So basically, I don't know if you can see it, but I have the other Charter here right behind me. All three of these grinders that you're seeing are definitely made in the same place. They have the same OEM origins. Okay, the motors are similar, except this one's the beefy one. But the Macomb and the original are basically identical, and the performance is basically identical. So that is something really cool. I'm really happy with these grinders more than any other grinder because, again, this is another one of those things my wife thinks I get too goofy about. But truth is, guys, these grinders have really opened the market up for people to have really good espresso at home. And I know that sounds a little weird and corny to kind of wax poetic about that, but I really do think that's an important thing. I've shared with you guys before, my whole experience with coffee and all that. But I had a friend reach out to me just recently, and they were kind of telling me their story a little bit, and they were saying they bought a DeLonghi, and they were watching a lot of like Tom's Coffee Corner and a lot of other shows like James and all those guys, Lance, and they were kind of like a little sad because they weren't getting the right shots that they were getting on YouTube. And I get it. I know the feeling because I felt like that too for a long time. And one of the reasons why they weren't getting the same thing is they didn't have a grinder that was good enough. That's the truth. I always recommend for anybody in that circumstance to do exactly what I did. Buy one of these. This is a Timor Chestnut C3 Pro. I got this for about $90 or so. This thing has had a lot of wear and tear, if you can see on it. It's been through a war and back because for 6 months I used this as my primary espresso grinder. And guys, I pulled great shots, had a lot of fun, and all that good stuff. But what I'm saying is, he told me he watched my review on the Chardor, and then he bought one, and it just really changed his espresso game. And that's one of the things I really love about those particular grinders, is I think it's introducing a lot of people to having a high-level grinder. Now, I have had a lot of folks say, what about the longevity and all that stuff? We'll see. I'm confident in everything as far as that goes. But I'm just saying that, what's your other option? Your other option is you spend $1,000 on a grinder, Italian-made grinder. You buy a cafe-quality grinder and bring it to your home, and let's just pretend you're just getting into espresso. What if someone pulls a couple bad shots? This is why you see grinders on Facebook Marketplace, on the secondary market, because people might invest a lot of money and then they get kind of, I don't know, scared or something. Where I think it's cool when you get a grinder at that price point, because then you're willing to goof around, you're willing to have some fun, and all that. I think it's cool. I'm really happy that we're in a time where grinders are more accessible. And again, that might sound goofy, and if you're not a coffee person, that might sound like, what is this guy talking about? But, when I worked in a cafe 20-some years ago in college, I didn't pull the trigger because I was too scared. That sounds silly, but that's the truth. If I boil it down, that is the absolute truth. All right, guys. So here is our sweet burrs. I think this looks really good. Let's go ahead and add the puck screen up top. Get it locked in. We'll pull that last shot. I have my other one sitting right here. There we go. Cool. So it's going to be cold, but I want to test it. It's the Conical versus the sweet. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this shot. Okay. Zero everything out. Start from the beginning. All right, guys. Moment of truth. Oh, man, I think I went too fine. Oh, no, we're good. I'm seeing drops. It's going to go slow, guys. This isn't going to be perfect. Guarantee it. This is going to be way too slow, but I might let this run because I only have enough water probably for one more shot. I have a feeling that if I do it again, we're either going to run out of water or we're going to run out of stuff. This isn't going to be perfect. Forgive me those who judge me. It's going to be a longer shot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, guys, I've had a lot of folks sometimes watch some of my older videos and they're just like, your shots are so long. And I get it. But I don't know. Sometimes you got to roll with it. And I feel like rolling with it right now. If I wasn't with y'all, a shot like this, I might add a little water and make it into Americano. But I'm feeling this is still going to be, we'll see. We'll see how it tastes. Oh my goodness. Longest shot ever. All right. I'm not even going to give you guys the time. I think you can see it. We'll stop it at 30. Okay. We'll stop it at 30. Again, might add some water to it. This is going to be like crazy. Oh my gosh. All right, let's give this a little test just to pure curiosity, and then we'll taste it. Again, not a perfect shot. Guys, this is why I do these lives, so you can see me do the wrong thing. All right, let's go ahead and test this. Pure enjoyment. Pure enjoyment. I'm here for your enjoyment. I'm here for your amusement. Oh my goodness. Okay, 13.50. I'm actually surprised it wasn't that higher. I'll take that though. 13.50. All right, let's give this a taste. We might add some water for fun. Interesting. This is not a bad shot, guys. It's not perfect. But I'm going to tell you this, the sweet burrs, even in this state, there's clarity that you do not get from this, okay? Let me taste this one more time. When I think of Italian espresso, if I want to make a milk drink, so good, I finished it when it was cold. If I was going to make a milk drink, which I don't do too often, to be honest with you guys, I would go with this, okay? If I wanted that very, very, very classic Italiano, typical espresso shot, 100%, hands down, would go with something like that, okay? But that kind of opens up another question. Are you searching for clarity? Are you searching for complexity? Are you using light roast? Are you using specialty beans? Specialty, even though it's single origin. This is very deep. This is Rwanda light roast, Amazon. I love, guys, these are really good. Birdie beans from Vietnam. They're so good. This is, I think this one's 100% Robusto. If you're using, your local roaster, and you want to have the best experience and have the most clarity and really get everything you can out of your espresso, okay? Flat is the way to go. If that's your goal, okay? If your goal is clarity, finding those delicious flavors, my friends, flat is it. I think that's kind of the answer to the age-old question on what to do, personally, if that's what you're looking for. In my opinion, ooh, it's so hot. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to bring over the steam one. Great, dropping stuff. I was going to add some water, but I can't. My opinion is if you wanted to go ahead and have the optimal experience within your coffee corner, get both. Just get one really good, reliable flat and a very affordable conical, or something that's really cool. If I've said this before, I'm a huge fan of the G5 high brew. That's a great The Star Seeker. I have the Star Seeker chilling right here next to me. The Star Seeker Edge. Okay, guys, this bad boy is awesome. It's small, has a great form factor. If you're looking for really good quality stuff, it is going to be a great way to go. Okay, Star Seeker Edge. Anything Star Seeker does, I like what they do. So that's kind of my take on it. If you want to go ahead and have the best optimal experience, get to, or you could just go crazy like me and you could have, and you can get the multiple burrs and do all that stuff. I'm not saying do that. Please don't tell your spouse, your partner, your friend, your loved ones, your aunt, your uncle that I told you to go buy all that equipment. I am not trying to get you to buy that equipment. Please. About your talk with your partners, talk with your spouse before you buy anything. I have been married for almost 20 years, 19 years this year. And one thing I've learned is don't buy a $400 grinder and not tell your partner, your spouse. That's dangerous, y'all. That's dangerous territory, my friends. Very, very dangerous territory, unless you're spending it on them. Anyway, guys, so that's really what it comes down to. I leave it to you to make your own decision. I feel like the conical versus flat thing is a question I get all the time, and I hope this helps in your espresso journey. You know, and I'm reading Masako, your comment. What do you choose, flat or conical? Okay, you're gonna make me choose. No, joking, my friend. I would choose if I only had one grinder and I was on a desert island. I would go with something like this. I would go with a flat, personally. If I was on a desert island situation, if I was when I traveled across the country, this last time, this is what I took with me. I drove from Florida to California, and I was on the road trip for a week. This is what I took with me. Okay, this is conical. All these bad boys up here, all these manual grinders, those are all conical. So that's kind of, I guess it just comes down to, you know, what's the current situation you're going to be in. But if it was at home and I could only have one grinder, I would go with flat. You know, you know, but conical is amazing. You know, because the only reason why I say flat is because flat, I feel like, can do my pour overs perfectly. It can do my espresso perfectly. I could put something like the sweet burrs in it. I'm telling you guys, I'm falling in love with sweet burrs and becoming the sweet burr guy. I really love, I've pulled some pour overs with it, and I am so happy with my pour overs. I'm so happy with my espressos. You know, that's another debate too. Like, what burr set do you go with? That's a whole giant rabbit hole. And I'm digging this sweet, guys. I don't know. I'm really digging it. I don't think I'm telling you guys, sweet is the one thing I didn't know what I was missing. So I got my multi-purpose. I got HU, but yeah, sweet's really good. Yep. So the cool thing about the flat grinders is you could absolutely change the burrs, 100%. There is a great YouTuber out there. A big shout out to him. His YouTube channel is, oh goodness gracious, oh my goodness, I can't believe I just forgot it right now. Is it Overground? No. Oh man, guys, I'll put the link in the description. I can't believe I just forgot his YouTube channel, but he's another subscriber to my channel, and I met him because he has great stuff. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it just. Let me see if I could figure it out, guys, before I let you go, because I really want to give him a shout out because his channel is awesome. Let me find it for you guys right now, okay? Because his channel is crazy good, and y'all should definitely go to it. Show him some love. I'll tell you right now. Okay. Here we go. Yes, here it is. Okay, here's his channel right now. Okay. So this guy is awesome. I love supporting other YouTubers. Tasting Grounds. Tasting Ground. Okay. And buddy, if you watch this later on, man, you have inspired me, my friend. This channel is awesome. He's changed his burrs a lot. Does a lot of cool like ASMR style coffee stuff. Really great channel, guys. Follow him. He should have a bajillion subscribers. I dig everything he's doing. But yeah, guys, it's super cool. You could definitely swap these out. Would I recommend doing it a lot? No. You know, I'd say every couple months maybe. But you can just be crazy like me. And at the price point that these grinders are at, you could buy 2 grinders. Uh, so this grinder right now is on Amazon in the States for about 190. Okay. This one back here, the Charter Original, is 170. This is 250. Okay. I love this grinder. It would be hard. I'm gonna tell you guys this. I am incredibly thankful that Me Coffee reached out to me. They sent this for review. This grinder right here is $429. Okay. A DF64 is $400 here in the States. So for the price of 2 DF64s without burrs, you could basically get 2 of these or 2 of these. Okay. And then, you know, again, if you want to go crazy, get LeBrews. They're based in China. They're awesome. They do great R&D. They are basically, it's not official, at least I don't think it's official. A lot of their equipment looks like dye fluid equipment. So I think that they are connected with them in some way. At least I haven't seen anything officially. But the equipment is there. So I have a feeling there's a connection. So it's a very reputable, really good company, guys. But anyway, so that's the crazy part. So you could buy, for the price point these are at, you could really buy 2 grinders and you can have multi-purpose or HU and then your sweet burrs. It's crazy. Rabbit hole time, you know? You could really get into the espresso craziness of it all. But anyway, guys, I hope you have a terrific day. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. We are with my channel, we're over 9,000 subscribers. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. Y'all, I have been so blown away by everyone who's been wanting to hang out with me. I really appreciate you guys. I don't say that enough. I am somebody's dad. I am not a paid professional. I am a home barista who's constantly trying to find the budget way to make coffee at home. You know, and I really think the reason why I do this is because of y'all. You guys are always more than welcome to reach out to me on Instagram. Send me a direct message. Send me pictures of what y'all do. Again, big thank you and big shout out to Dave, buddy. You know who you are, my friend. I really appreciate you. He made these 3D printed hoppers for me. So, guys, this is a great community. You guys rock. You're the reason why I do this. I really appreciate you. Have a good rest of your week wherever you are in the world. It could be Monday morning or Sunday morning, depending on where you're watching me right now. So have a good week. Definitely appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out, okay?